Inventory is starting to clean up a little bit more, so I go ahead and grab some fuel cells because I believe I am going to head over to Molten Hell here and figure out what the hell is going on with my titanium. I've still got titanium ingots in there, which is nice, but like, oof, I've got like no titanium for making titanium crystals. And it is not good. Okay, so we're coming over here, checking on the deuterium. Deuterium is coming along nicely. Obviously we're not storing any because, you know, it's just getting used by all of the deuterium, the deuterium fuel rod assemblers. But eventually I am going to stop making deuterium fuel rods when all of that storage fills up, and then it'll just, you know, back up and backfill into those storage containers, which will be fine. And that will actually allow me to extend this line of deuterium fuel rods assemblers later when I need it for rocket production. Power's not doing too bad. Power is not doing too bad. It's around about 85, 90-ish%. Oh, okay, so I just throw some deuterium that I had in my inventory in there for no apparent reason. No idea why that was actually in my inventory, but whatever. So what are we doing here, Fox? Really should go deal with the titanium issue. Okay, we're just going to get some stuff out of my inventory, I guess. I guess that's what we're doing. That's fine. That's a good idea, more or less. Head on over here. Okay, so I'm seeing everything over here is still in pretty good supply. Deuterium fuel rods get made pretty slowly, so they don't really use a lot of super magnets and titanium alloy. At least not quickly. Okay, so I'm checking the titanium alloy over here as well as the carbon nanotube. Supply is going all right. I decided to expand this for some reason, even though I have absolutely no titanium to feed into here to make more. I'm not sure what's going through my head here. No idea. Just being a foolish fox right here, pretty much. Making smelters. Oh, okay. So I'm probably making some smelters because I'm thinking I need to make more titanium ingots. So we're doing some preparing for the trip over to Molten Hell potentially at this point in time. Okay. That makes sense. Although I believe, did I just see that right? Was that 17 smelters in my inventory? Yeah, that's 17 smelters. That's more than enough. Oh, right. Okay, so I was planning a trip to Molten Hell for a while now because I also knew that for a while that steel was a problem. I wasn't making nearly enough steel. And I knew there was a lot of iron ore over on Molten Hell. So I guess I was trying to not only address the titanium issue, but I was going to address the steel issue. So that's probably why I didn't go fix the steel issue a lot sooner. I was just kind of waiting for multiple problems to happen. And yeah, here I'm seeing, okay, I really, you know, this production is not nearly enough. I need a lot more, but yeah, I have many problems that I need to address at this point in time. Some of them are higher priority than the others. Steel and titanium, high priority. Those engines, not really. Those engines are really mostly for upgrades and for some more like high-level items that I'm not really needing to get into just this second. I want to before long, but I don't need to get to them just this second. Okay, so I've got the planetary logistics stations, but I believe I'm thinking I'm going to need another tower for steel, potentially, because I don't want the one tower for titanium ingots to get too overworked. I want it to constantly be delivering titanium ingots, if that's what it takes. And if it has to constantly deliver titanium ingots as well as the steel, then it might get a little overtaxed, so I'd go ahead and decide I'm going to grab another tower for steel. First, I got to wait for all those electric motors to get made, apparently. Not the end of the world, but it does slow me down a little bit here. Oh, I got a good number of windmills that I can, or wind turbines rather. Why do I keep calling them windmills? They're actually called wind turbines. They also look nothing like a windmill. You know this, Fox. You live surrounded by them. There are windmills all over the dang place around here. Actually, really, they would be wind turbines. They're not used for milling anymore. They're used for generating electricity these days. That would be, I believe that's the difference between a windmill and a wind turbine. A wind turbine is exclusively for generating electricity, whereas a windmill was a more old-fashioned thing where they used the wind to turn large, heavy stones and other things using gears and all of that to mill grain and a lot of other things into flour and whatnot. So, yeah, a little bit of a history lesson for you, I guess. Has nothing to do with Dyson Sphere, really. Our technology is far beyond windmills. Oh, okay, so I'm looking at the research here for logistic carriers. Yeah, because I would really love for them to be able to carry more per trip. So I decide, okay, this is something I absolutely need to prioritize in order to increase their carrying capacity. Oh, no, I decide I want to do veins utilization to the max that I can with purple research, and then I go ahead and queue up all of these logistics carrier capacity upgrades. And I also look at the speed, and I'm like, you know what, speed is probably a good one too. We can go ahead and grab that. And I believe one more, and my research thing is done. I see these require purple research, so I'm like, okay, these are interesting. And then you get the level 4, and it's all white. Do I go ahead and do that? I guess I do. It's not strictly necessary at this point in the game. That might be a bit early, but whatever. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. Okay, so now we head on over to Molten Hell, which I believe I've said this before in post commentary, but I believe now my current plans, based on the knowledge of the game that I have now, I believe my current plans actually are to kind of slowly start moving all of my production over to TIES 1. For a number of reasons. Number one, it's closer to the sun, so I can actually get a lot of solar output, solar energy from that, which will be a lot more effective than the wind turbines, especially because you don't have to worry about how you place them, in the sense that you can kind of just like place them wherever. There's no special spacing that you have to use between them or anything like that. Plus, because it's so close to my star here, it will receive quite a bit of solar energy. I don't know what the solar output or the solar input for the planet is, the solar energy ratio for the planet is. I'm sure it's over 100%. It's got to be over 100% given how close it is to the star. And the fact that it's, you know, a molten rock. I would imagine it receives a good deal of solar energy, seeing as how it's molten. But normally I cut these little trips out, but you know what? Let's leave this one in. Yeah, let's leave this one in, just because it's kind of nice to see the trip every once in a while, right? Unfortunately, I went to the one side that like was not developed at all, and now I have a problem landing here. It's like, wait, come on, get down on the ground, damn it! The flight controls can be a little wonky if you are at the right camera angle when you try to approach or enter the atmosphere. But yeah, I hop over here and I can see that, yeah, I don't have any titanium in the buffer at all, which is a problem. And I believe, okay, so I believe I'm going to go ahead and clean up. Yeah, I'm looking at the power supply, and I know I'm going to put down another hub as well as a whole bunch of smelters. It's going to tax the power grid quite a bit. So I believe I'm going to, where I landed here, this little peninsula or whatever you would call it, I'm going to go ahead and clear up a whole bunch of these rocks, and we're going to set down a bunch of wind turbines to increase my power grid. And then I will get back to doing what I came here to do, which is increase my titanium output and create a steel factory. So I will see you guys when all of this is done. Alrighty, so we've cleared out a good bit of the area. We put down a number of turbines. Wind power is giving me 26 megawatts, and I'm only using about half of that. So I believe this might be good enough. So we're gonna walk on over here, and now we're gonna start kind of looking at some stuff. I'm looking at my research over there, and I'm seeing that a lot of it isn't going the way I want, which is unfortunate. It really is. But there's not a whole lot you can do about that when this is a problem. So I can see that my problem here, sorry, I'm trying to scratch my ear here. I can see that my problem here is not the iron ore itself, but rather the number of ingots. So I need to go ahead and kind of dismantle a lot of this and kind of change how I was going about this, right? I need to change up the system. It's just not working. It's not working for me anymore. So what I decided to do here is we put another smelter on this row, and then I believe I go ahead and bring the line over here, and then I wrap it around the smelters, right? And so I do this, and then I need to be aware of the fact that there is going to be a line that has to come out of here behind these smelters. So I believe I go ahead and set up that line first. I think that's one of the first things I do here. I move the Tesla tower because I know that's going to be in the way. Power isn't really an issue at this particular point in time, though I guess I go ahead and put that down. Because I'm not outputting these things anyway. At least not right now. So we go ahead and do something along these lines so I can just set up the output for these again. And then, oh, okay, so I end up raising up the output line instead of raising up the ore that goes to the other side. Okay. That's what I end up doing. Although I see, you know, there's some weird jiggery-pokery here going on with the stupid latitude lines. So it doesn't wanna work with me. Of course, it never wants to work with me. Why would it? Why would it, you know, be easy? No, no. Never be easy. It can never be easy. No. So then I reset up the storage over here. Bring the ore line underneath of the output for the ingots and wrap it back around here so that I can then put 4 more smelters on this side, I believe is what I end up doing. I believe I put down 4. And obviously I need power for that sorter, so I go ahead and put a Tesla tower down over there. I put my output over here. That works. Alright, alright, alright. So now we put down the extra smelters, yes. And I believe I start... Okay, do I only put 3 down? No, I started from that side, and I think I should have started from the other side, but maybe I'd... Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. I want 4 of these in here. So we start from this side, and we bring these on in. Like so. So we paste the recipes, and then I gotta just put the sorters on. And the hub is a little bit in the way here, but we managed to find a way. And I see that unfortunately this line is so backed up. This one sorter can't really keep up. So I decide to kind of move the line over a little bit so I can put another sorter on it. And let's see how that does. It is doing better for pulling titanium ingots off the line, but all of my smelters are not activating just yet. So I decide then to try and do this, but then it breaks the other line, and I'm like, oh, right, it can't split off in 2 directions that way without a splitter. So I decide to just, you know, to hell with all of this, get all that out of here, and instead I think I actually wrapped the entire belt around the other side like this, yeah. That way I can put 3 sorters on this side. Oh no, I can put a couple of sorters on that, or at least one on that. And then I keep trying to fight this, and I'm like, alright, fine, to hell with it. You don't want to go there, fine. And then we go ahead and put 3 sorters on that side. Now it can fully drain the titanium ingot output line. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. So now I just got to set it back up to go to the tower, which is no big deal. We just go ahead and put a couple of things on here, and that will feed the tower, hopefully much more effectively. So now I have to, yeah, we take a good look at the sun, and I'm talking about the poles here, and thinking about, you know, I don't know, maybe I'll eventually put like ray receivers or something here or whatever, but maybe not, because at this point in time I was thinking, you know, the starter system, like, it only has a solar output of around 1, and in fact my system has a solar output of less than 1. So it's not great in terms of power for a Dyson Sphere. But we're going to go ahead and set up our steel factory over here, so I have to go ahead and clear out some rocks. So once again, I will cut this out, and I will see you guys when I'm done with this. Do I do anything funky with this? Okay, yeah, I do a little bit of jiggery pokery trying to find the absolutely perfect thing here. That works. That works. Alrighty, so we got a couple of miners up here. Now I got to daisy chain some power over here, and I don't remember how I. Okay, no, I set up the miners first, and then I have to daisy chain some power down below me, because that's where I'm gonna end up taking all of the iron ore, and I'm gonna put all the smelters and stuff down there. Thankfully this line doesn't get too wonky with these, but it does get a little wonky. And I decide I'm going to feed one row of smelters per each of these miners. I believe that's how I decided to do that. And then I just clear out a couple of rocks here real quick, just because they're kind of in my way. It's a little bit difficult to see the rocks on that more like molten hot rock texture as opposed to just the pure like black crust. But we get those out of the way, and then I can put down a couple of smelters. I don't remember how many I put down, like 4, I want to say, probably. Maybe 5? I don't know if I managed 5 on here. Yeah, it looks like I managed to get 5. Well, okay, I guess I only put 4. I could have probably put 5 down. It would have been possible. So, you know, at this point, you've seen me set up a lot of these kind of configurations, so you have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing here. Don't really need to say a whole lot. You know, we're just setting up iron ingot smelters. We're going to output over to the right, and then I need to put smelters over to the right as well in order to make the iron ingots and steel ingots. And I'm kind of spacing these out here. I don't realize at this particular point in time what the like the ratio is, because it takes 3 iron ingots to make steel, I believe, but it takes 20. You can only output 20 steel a minute, whereas you can output 60 iron ingots a minute. So really, the ratio here that I should be doing is, since I have 4 smelters for iron ingots, really what I can get away with is 4 smelters for steel. But Fox was not wise to these ways at this point in time. That's okay. He will be eventually. He will be eventually. He will learn. Ah, yes, and in fact, Fox learns right now. Let's go ahead and put another one in there at the very least. Now, I don't fully optimize that and go with 4 smelters for steel, but 3 is still pretty good, because again, I haven't touched this other mine over here. I plan to make a whole other line for this. So we need to make a little bit of a hump here, because again, the output is going to be going back through there in order to head back to a interplanetary logistics hub that I plan on putting over there. So now I'm kind of looking at power. I'm seeing how far I can get away with it, and we go ahead and put down our smelters. And as a matter of fact, it looks like I actually need to make some more smelters. I brought like 17 with me, but I put down 4 for the titanium ingots, and then I put like 7 there, and I've got 5 here, so, you know, they went pretty quickly. They went pretty quickly.